What if you're tired of the same old Super Nintendo games and are looking for something new? In today's video, we'll be covering some of the more underrated Super Nintendo games. Dare I call them hidden gems? There are 10 games in total, and this isn't a top 10, so there will be in no particular order. I'll be covering Super Nintendo games from multiple genres like sports, platformers, racing, fighting, RPGs, heck, even a shmup is on here. In at number 10 is Saturday Night Slam Masters. This wrestling game is an arcade port by Capcom. You could tell that these characters look a lot like the players in Final Fight. Hagar himself is one of the playable characters for crying out loud. You can do special moves by using some Street Fighter combinations in the ring. This is one of those games you can have a multi-tap and play up to 4 players, and that's a blast. So if you're looking for a good co-op wrestling game on the Super Nintendo, check out Saturday Night Slam Masters. Number 9, we have Phalanx. This is the shmup that always gets dismissed from having the old guy with the frickin' banjo on the cover. If you just saw this cover, what else could you have expected? An old guy racing on his banjo while the notes hit the other racers like some sort of Mario Kart ripoff? Under the hood, Phalanx is a decent shooter. It's approachable since you can take 3 hits before dying and you can actually replenish your health. So if you're looking for a good shooter that's not insanely hard, I would suggest checking out Phalanx. Number 8, The Adventures of Batman and Robin. Now this is how you take a legendary cartoon series and give it the 16-bit treatment. Everything you would expect is here. You have an arsenal of weapons you can choose from. Batman can climb upwards using the grappling hook. They've even brought back the wall jump like in Batman on the NES, and that was great to see. The animations are fantastic and they've totally stood the test of time. The only real problem with The Adventures of Batman and Robin is finding a copy. Number 7, Lufia 2. Notice how every conversation about the best RPGs on the Super Nintendo always starts with either Chrono Trigger or Final Fantasy 3? Yeah, Lufia 2 is a prequel to part 1 of the series. The dungeons in Lufia 2 turn you from a traditional RPG into an action puzzle game. Lufia 2 has a killer story, a great soundtrack, and tons of side quests that you can go out and seek out. Some may argue that Lufia 2 is actually a better game than other popular role-playing games like Earthbound or Secret of Mana. In at number 6 is Actraiser. Really? Isn't Actraiser in like the top 20 of IGN's top 100 Super Nintendo games of all time? Well, yeah, of course it is, but if you consider the amount of people who will actually say Actraiser when platforming games are mentioned, it's mind-blowing how low Actraiser is actually on the list. I just don't get it. It's a fantastic blend of simulation and platforming. Think about Actraiser as if you threw SimCity and Castlevania into a blender and let it rip. Actraiser also has a great boss rush at the end of the game. Number 5 is Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I just loved blasting away in 8 directions, running around mindlessly looking for keys to open doors while rescuing cheerleaders, babies, or some dude barbecuing. Yeah, I'll take mine a medium rare please. There's 55 stages in total, and the game does get progressively harder as you make your way saving each of the neighbors. What you see is what you get here with Zombies Ate My Neighbors, and it makes for a great co-op experience as well. In at number 4, we have Gundam Wing Endless Duel. Could this be the best fighting game on the Super Nintendo? It's got everything, a killer soundtrack, some great opening cutscenes, and a fantastic use of the Gundam Wing license. The game also looks fantastic. There's a ton of things happening on the screen. You can string together combos or dash to unleash a super move on your friend in versus mode. Making our way at number 3 is Top Gear 2. When it comes to racing games on the Super Nintendo, F-Zero and Super Mario Kart always are the ones that come to mind. If you scratch the surface a little, Top Gear 2 flies in and hits you right in the face. You get to race for money and get to spend to upgrade your car. You can choose from tires, a gearbox, and numerous engine upgrades. Number 2 is Looney Tunes Basketball, or B-Ball, or whatever the cool kids are calling it nowadays. And yes, it's a basketball game on the Super Nintendo. You get to choose your roster of Looney Tunes characters, each having their own sets of stats. The game is essentially a clone of NBA Jam with the Looney Tunes license stamped all over it. Looney Tunes Basketball is also a fun multiplayer experience with up to 4 players, so it surprises me that more people don't mention it as one of the best basketball games on the Super Nintendo. Not like this is by any means a top 10 list, but the moment you all have been waiting for at number 1 is SkyBlazer, and the first thing I think about is why? What happened here? How did I miss this in 1994? Was I just too busy playing other platformers, wasting my time like Bubsy? What could possibly go wrong? SkyBlazer makes use of the abilities very well and is a ton of fun. The music has an orchestra vibe to it, and I really like that. The only real downfalls to SkyBlazer is that it's a bit easy, and only having 17 levels makes it a bit short, so you can complete it in and about a couple of hours or so. I hope you saw something new here, and if you think that there's something that was missed, before you frantically press the dislike button, let me know in the comment section below. I'm the Retro Kingpin. Thanks for watching.